monk. Now Trill caught into some CC for now. But is that cauterize? That's cauterize procking for Wealthy Man. Unbelievable. So this is a much more even game now. No sacks or cauterize for either mage. But here we go. Big setup on the Mayhem. And
Shatter.
that's an ice block.
Oh, the grapple weapon to the shatter.
Today I learned you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that either, but Trill with a nice heads-up play. I mean, that might have been at least maybe his life if he didn't get that grapple weapon right there. Let's see if he can get away again. Master's Call around the corner, just trying to line of sight, but he gets stunned up. Wings proc. Huge hit of damage. Hydra once again scared for his life. Is Tony going to be able to help out? They pop the Berserk, triple crowd control, counter engagement, going after Mercy. FTK My Way doing whatever they can to keep themselves in the fight. They've actually got mana reasonably even. Mind Games fake out by Hydra. Doesn't finish to fake out Lone Tar though. Windshear interrupts it. Now going for Door of Shadows. Has to get through a rebuke. Gets rebuked by Mystic. Still so many interrupts. Tony's repositioning to the pillar with Hydra to try and help him out. In line of sight, Lone Tar. Kasu roots Lone Tar out of line of sight of his hammer, but it might not matter. This is so much damage on the Hydra. He managed to get a Radiance off. No, but what is this? What is this? How is Hydra alive right now? I give him an award for that. What was that? Like, okay, you're alive, Hydra. What are you gonna do now? Has to immediately go around the corner, and this is what I meant by Ellie Mage. Like, skill cap to you aren't Ellie Mage. Like, skill cap to you are just skill cap to you. I really don't think I've seen anyone put out the amount of pressure that they put out on this composition. Just look at this devastation.
That's a technicality. Chaz right now trading out the sacrifice onto Deja, who is just sitting behind the pillar right now. Method EU, they've kind of struggled to find pressure so far in the game. They did get the trinket and the wall from Zeepai, so he's going to be slightly vulnerable as a target, but Method EU on the back foot. Chaz burning through a lot of mana. Hex on Waz. Lightning Lasso on Thessia. And this is an ice block. Massive damage. Beautiful setups. Waz getting low as well. Might just get blasted. Cloak of Shadows. Skill cap you in complete control. But now Method looking to strike back. Huge setup here on Zeepai. And they absolutely devastate him. That was a throw if I've ever seen one. Unless that was a shadowy duel. We'll have to see the replay.
Waz has a bunch of buttons below his health bar. You want to look at the one that's 3 from the right, the purple one. And if that starts to be activated with a timer, he activated it, and it makes it so only Waz and the target he uses on can see each other, so he can't be healed by anyone else. And I think he does use Shadowy Duel. This is right. Their team just got owned right here. They bubble, they block, then they swap to the Rogue, and Rogue has to cloak. We're thinking like, okay, this is over. Method you have lost. But then they stun up the whole team, and they pop Shadowy Duel with Meteor. And that's all they need. Waz solo Zeepai with a Meteor. And you can see no one can see him other than Waz. So Askarath can't use Sacrifice. That was a really clutch setup right at the end, considering that was not going good for them. Like
that was he actually shadowy dueled him at 100% health.
Yeah,
so it was.
Killed him.
That was some next level strats there. Deja threw in the combustion meteor, blinked on top of him, got out some fire blast, flame striked him. You can't see him. Keep in mind, he's just AOEing on top of Waz, and then threw in an arcane explosion for good measure, and that dropped him. So
this is the scoreboard that's a perfect example of the different like strengths and weaknesses of compositions. Maro and Zeepai completely outdamaged their opponent. I mean, they were forcing every defensive cooldown. Throughput was through the roof. But the setup from the Mage Rogue, they used the mechanics cleverly, and there you have it. They found the kill.
I mean, who could have ever guessed that would be that? I mean, I don't think anyone could have, because no one's ever seen that.
That Ring of Peace was sick to stop that polymorph. It's like, oh, I'm going to stop this CC. I'm going to be A-okay, but not really. Diffuse magic there. Combust is coming back up in just 5 seconds, and now Diffuse is down. Take a gander at Trill's health bar.
Look
here
at anti-magic
gets put in that Hodge.
Mez has anti-magic zone, so what stops Mez from dropping this? Because I think it had to have been Combust, right? So...
yeah, there's
Mez
the blind.
Fleshcraft's DB, he immunes it, but then he gets poly. No, he interrupts poly.
He could
have anti-magic. Oh, he got interrupted. That's so sad.
Oh,
he actually, I didn't know that interrupted you on anti-magic zone. I don't think Mez knew that interrupted him on anti-magic zone either.
Wait, does it?
I mean, it put it on cooldown when he got kicked. It's a shadow spell.
Really?
It's a shadow spell, so I guess it puts it on cooldown if you're kicked.
That's insane. Wow.
That is devastating. Oh, that is unfortunate. So, you know, we were talking about the Elemental Shaman a little bit earlier on. You know what Elemental Shaman has that's great in this matchup is Decurse. So, all of a sudden, Lone Tar can't do this and just completely take Living out of the game. But we'll see Maybe for game number 4 they go for that, but they're still not out of it. I mean, they have the burst damage. When you have a Kyrian Fire Mage, you really can make miracles happen. Lone Tar right now into a Dragon's Breath, potential Polymorph. It looks like it will get shut down. Now the full Polymorph lands. First he's in trouble. He's just going to hightail it out of there as fast as he can. Leaping behind the pillar. Lone Tar getting swapped to. Might just get deleted!
Oh my gosh!
This is what I'm talking about. Valet gripped him out of the meteor.
They were ahead all game!
I know, that's what I'm saying.
You're winning until you're not.
You can't count them out. Living was a hex the whole game, and he had enough. He had enough. He went for the Kyrian one-shot. It landed. That was definitely a Hail Mary. They actually gripped him out of the meteor too, but if you're too slow on that grip, the meteor damage will land, and that's what ultimately completely devastates Lone Tar. And that has to be a frustrating game, but Blastwave Bros, they're going to be happy to take that one.
They've got nothing left here. They're popping combustion. They're going for a Trill. Trinket diffuses immediately. More than a fair trade there. Now line of sight, and that was the opportunity. That was the plastic spoon scraped off a couple stones. If he gets, oh no, Sayuni, no, the dragon snipes the drink. Mez just knows where everyone is. How does Mez know? Mez just, I don't.
Dude, he's sick.
Take that ability away from Mez. It's not fair. It's not fair. 50% dampening. Chaz finally is out of mana. They just need to stay on that Shadow Priest a little bit longer. Zuniaki slips away with the fade. Kara gets blasted down. Tana drops a Spirit Link in desperation to try and pull his team back from the brink, dropping that Sky Fury Totem now, trying to turn around for offense, but Zuniaki has answers. He has Dispersion. He can soak this hit. He's bought time for Thasia. This combustion could easily kill. They could swap the Tana. They could go after Kara. They've got so many options at this point. Chaz is charging in. They get a poly on Tana. Swap the Tana, maybe in a stun. Fear Kara at this point. You've got them locked out in the open, but they're reluctant to push in. They're just staying at midfield, poking at this point. But as they poke, it's buying time for the cooldowns of Oldness Strike to come back. Chaz slipped away, got a drink. A little bit of mana here to heal at 51% dampening. Caught in the Hammer of Justice. Zuniaki jumping into Void Form. Big pressure on Akara. Stun, silence, Mind Games combo. That's it! Beautiful setup by Zuniaki. Excellent defense to stall it out to that point. Method move to match point. Brain in the Fierce Cerulean stuck in that Ring of Frost, waiting to try and get away, but he's not able to, and Brain has to Divine Shield. Cerulean blinks in for Poly, not finding it, trying to get it, gets it on Core. Like that could just be game-winning here. Cerulean popping off with that Rune of Power onto Jamili. Is Jamili going to survive? Do they have more crowd control? Brain's in position, Blinding Light gets Warbannered. Nice Warbanner there by Nick, but now a full Hammer of Justice. Jamili once again needs to avoid death. Cerulean has to block. Jamili's pulling it off despite Death's Door knocking, turning it around, getting cooldowns from Cerulean, and now a Stormbolt with a Hodge on the Brain. This could be it for them. Cerulean has to blink back defensively. Jamili absolutely putting his team back in the series. They proc the Wild Seed, and they are cutting it down. Are they going to kill the Wild Seed? Jamili's Wild Seed proc. Jamili's Wild Seed proc. Is Cerulean's going to live? Cerulean's Wild Seed lives. Jamili's popped in his Wild Seed. I think both Wild Seeds are going to live. No, Jamili gets dispelled, and Jamili goes down. Method NA close it out. I can't believe it. Corlick just had no mana left, and Method NA kept playing it out.
With this kind of survivability, I don't know what Trust the Process is going to do. I mean, Sayuni at this point, 20% mana. They may have said that they wanted the Windwalker DK, but I don't know if they wanted this Windwalker DK.
They didn't want it. They definitely didn't want it. This damage is insane. Cauterized procs. Nuke is out of there. But they just swap it over onto the Rogue, and he's going to go down too. Trill going to trinket as well. And no one is safe on the side of Trust the Process. OTK coming in and showing them what's up. Oh, you want Windwalker DK? No problem.
Certainly a difficult
Look at the damage difference.
Yep.
Trill did as much damage as their whole team.
That's kind of
more, actually.
Trill's pretty good. I'm not sure how much longer they can keep this up. They're really not finding any dents at the moment. They're trying to push through right here. Can they find an opening? Mystic down at 20%. Gets intervened by Mercy, and that's going to stabilize him for the polymorphs. Now Askrat the target once again. Hammer of Justice. Is he going to have to use the medallion to escape? How much support will his team be able to provide? They're not finding too much damage, at least fortunately for Askrat in this position. But Mystic now pulling the trigger on a huge hit of damage on that Wake of Ashes. But Askrat gets a big Divine Toll, topping himself off. Mystic charging forward, gets rooted up along with Mercy. Trying not to break that Frost Nova. Double Dragon's Breath, just stalling the reconnect on Asgrat. Double Ring of Frost, nicely done here. Stormbolt on Mystic, perfect setup, but no combust. It's like 1 second away to try and pop it towards the tail end and power through, but Shield of Vengeance and Word of Glory are denying it. Now that, oh my goodness, that huge pop from that shield hits 2 targets very low. Asgrat drank though, amidst all of that disruption. Wow. I almost feel like someone should have trinketed to stop that drink. They were winning on mana clearly. And they all have a way to get out of crowd control. It seems like a big throw if they end up losing that here. With great crowd control there, locking down 2 members of the team simultaneously. However, Ratify did get some mana. They're popping cooldowns, trying to go for the kill. Frosty, Greater fades the hit. Polymorphs on Nerd Rage. Tana pre-flesh crafting the crowd control, trying to get back to the pillar now while he's immune. But Card's getting blasted. Huge pressure coming out here. Will they be able to stabilize at 50%? And Tana's in a full polymorph. Carr gonna go for the Shield of Vengeance. Mind Games, if that goes off, Carr is dead. They interrupt it with a pummel. They need to stop Mind Games at all costs here. They're just pushing for the kill, even though they're so low on health. Finally, no! He gets absolutely blasted. He thought he was gonna be able to get back to the pillar, but nope, he is not. And Livin sends them to the grave, 1-1.
Hey chat, you awake? Because I know I am. That was insane. I blinked and he was just gone. Wow. That was awesome.
Sayuni's mana already down at 60% here. Calvish is just slowly waddling around the pillar with Chains of Ice. Nice Chains of Ice timing by Mez. They drop Barrier, but Ring of Peace knocks Nuke out of the barrier. I think the next time Mez gets those slappy hands, that Abomination. The pre-flesh craft into the triple stun. That's a feels bad moment here. I've never seen a rogue mage priest suffer so intensely than against OTK's triple Necro Lord. Frosty Greater fading all of the burst damage here. They swap over to Livin for a moment. They drop a defensive Ring of Frost. Frosty trying to avoid Nerd Rage's attacks with that Ring of Frost. Kara's got Avenging Wrath. They just need to maximize their damage at this point. They've got Ratipai on the ropes here. Tana in a good position with Healing Tide down. Stun on Ratipai. Nerd Rage Door of Shadows gets counterspelled. At least, I mean, that's out of the way. That's a free Hex in the future. You love your Warrior to just tank the counterspell for you. That's definitely some major advantages. Now they swap to Ratipai as he's the most push forward member of the team. Tana goes for a Fleshcraft. He's got Sky Fury down like he wants to get aggressive for his team. You're looking for Hex. Hex on Livin. That's a full Hex. Are they going to make the play to close out the game with that Hex? They're choosing not to go for double stun lock at this point. They're not able to do enough damage to really kill him. Now Nerd Rage in a swap. Who's going to save him? Tana trinkets. Where's the link? Oh,
no. Not looking so good for Super Tease's prophecy at this point.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, Tease's
looks as good as that Spirit Link. Frosty pops Empiric Embrace to try and heal the team, but Kara's got Avenging Wrath. They sacrifice. Now all that damage is going to get redirected into Ratipai, and he has no mana to heal it. I think you just attack into sacrifice and watch him die to dots. Look at that sacrifice damage on Ratipai. I think he's just going to die to the dot. Ratipai can't. Oh, Avenging Wrath proc for him with Awakening. He's still dying to the Sanctum, but then oh my god, that Awakening proc. Kara's in trouble here. 2% health. His legendary is going to proc. Ratipai's just running around with no mana, hoping that Frosty kills something. Tana is feared up. And Livin is going for a combustion, gets grounded. The grounding totem's out of line of sight. Livin's gonna get his seed procced, I think. Ratipai is dying to nothing. He's gonna proc. He's trying to close it out. Ratipai gripped up at 1%. It's gripped up at 1%. Nerd Rage leaps over, gets the execute, but Kara's gonna be going down, I think. And we're going to a 2v2.
No.
No.
Whoa. There's the seed.
Wow. That was a ridiculous game. That was so back and forth.
That was like just the wall. That really isn't enough. But they're still teeing off on him. Am I noticed? I thought Maro was actually Frost for just a second there. Sorry, I saw the Frost bolts from the mirror images coming in, and I'm like, wait, what? But yeah, walking away with just wall is definitely a win for Chaz. And now they're swapping it over on Athesia, and he's like, nope, line of sight. I'm here. I'm waiting for the go for Method EU, and I'm waiting to see if Waz is going to be shoving his offensive cooldowns on this go. Looks like Zeepai is the kill target for now. Hodge, kidney shot onto Zeepai, and no abilities besides combustion invested from Method EU. The bomb followed it up on the Zeepai. He's still very low health. The blind followed up on Azrath. Is this it? That sacrifice finally being forced out, and that still wasn't blades for Waz, Sid.
Yeah, they wanted Zeepai's trinket. That's all they wanted, and they're not getting it. They didn't get it all last game. They're going after Chaz, though. Chaz trinkets. He might have to bubble, too. That's a divine toll. Here's another stun. Is Zeepai going to have to trinket? If he doesn't, he might die. He trinkets, but he might just die anyway.
Bad.
Clutch play. They just go right through the trinket this time around. They waited a little bit into the stun lock before popping it, and then going in with that shadowy duel and shadow blades, and this time around it worked out. Method EU come back with surprising burst damage. This is the finals of Europe. Method EU have to win every single game 4 in a row, otherwise they're going home in second at this point. Skillcapped EU have been utterly dominating them with this enhancement shaman warrior composition. Just look at this powerhouse roster. Thasia at 10% health here. Double blinding light and desperation from Chaz. Ring of Frost to try and pin them, but Zeepai's getting on target, popping that Blood Fury Orc Racial, increasing his damage by quite a lot, and Blizzo charges in as well. Thasia is just getting smacked. Waz trinkets to try and turn this around. They're going after Blizzo with no medallion.
Blizzo,
An opening, and Waz takes it.
Wow.
Huge opening. Beautiful punish. Zeepai's trying to let it rip with that Ascendance, but that is not enough. Chaz is ready. Method EU stay in it. Really going to town at the moment here, but gets blinding lighted away. Not able to really connect too much damage. It's Jamili, who is now on the back foot with Corlick and a polymorph. Are they going to be able to trigger a cauterize off this? The intervene safeguard effect on Jamili reduces damage, buying time for Corlick. Now Cerulean on the back foot, but he altered times back upstairs. Nick heroic leaps into a Frost Nova, totally taken out of the fight. Now Blessing of Freedom comes in from Corlick to get him back on target. Cerulean pulling away, and I like this between Brain and Cerulean. They just bait Nick into a corner and then try and crowd control him, although this corner is looking pretty risky. Cerulean gets hit pretty hard. They polymorph Nick, and then they blink on top of Corlick and sheep Corlick. I really like their shift between defense and offense. It's why their setups are so clean. They've already gotten Cauterize out of the way from Jamili.
Yeah, they got Cauterize in a surprise attack. Jamili just traded out his trinket as well, but it's just the positioning from Method NA. So precise! And Jamili gets absolutely crushed. It's a Cauterize from nowhere. It's a seed from nowhere. And Charlotte Phoenix down 0-2.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't mind them mixing it up, kind of turning this map on its head. In this specific situation, let's see who they decide to go after. Big opener here onto floor mat. Valito just caught in crowd control. Really not going to be able to help out floor mat too much, but the damage just isn't there. And it looks like now the pressure will be reversed here onto Nuked. Polymorphed on Zayuni. Who are they going after? Hammer of Justice on Calvish. He's getting low. Warstomp comes in. Are they going to get the Cloak of Shadows? They get the Trinket. This is kind of a disaster. That was combustion from floor mat. They punished Calvish quite a bit for pushing in there. Now looking to get a go. Nuke pushing in. He gets wind sheared immediately. Beautiful wind shear there by Valito. That was immediate. And as a result, Zach's going to be able to cross the map. And like I said, so far this is a great start for Hamsters and Hares.
Dude, what was that? Hammer of Wrath into like a Torrent stun into a lasso? That was a deadly combo. This rogue is going to think twice about pushing in moving forward in this matchup. Looks like the RMP's moving as a team here. There's the stun on Valito, and he actually just, whoa, he still might die. He has the wall, and he just goes down.
Okay, let me hear it again.
And it looks like format looking for crowd control. Calvish backing up Zayuni, denying the crowd control. Potential Ring of Frost. Can he find it? Looks like he's trying to, no, it gets interrupted. Don't trust the process in stealth. Once again, they're trying to get aggressive here, but Hamsters and Hares, they have so many cooldowns to work with. The kidney shot on floor mat. Is there a smoke bomb? Is there a sacrifice?
No way!
Are you kidding? He didn't sacrifice. He sacrifices the seed. They're going to be able to hold on. Look at Nuke. Nuke's in so much trouble.
Dude, he blocked aggressively earlier.
From this floor mat's alive. Hamsters and Hares, they stay in it. They take down Calvish potentially. They drop him. They tie up the series. What is happening right now? Zaki trades it out, manages to get the sacrifice on the seed, keeping his team in it, and they strike back and tie it up. Question here from floor map. Big damage on Cerulean. He gets a huge heal. Nice alter time there by Cerulean, but super close call. He doesn't have the Cauterize, so no safety net of that cheat death effect. Brain has the Divine Shield. Cerulean getting interrupted 2 minutes into the game, and I would say that it does, I don't know, it seems like Hamsters and Hares, they have a bit more pressure, but Zach's been burning through his mana really quickly. Big swap on Roasties. Whoa! Cloak of Shadows, touch of death, or sorry, it was a Cloak of Shadows, the evasion, the trinket, everything, and it looked like he was going to live, but touch of death snuck by all of that at the very end.
Yeah, that's another button, and 2 very big buttons. Trill doesn't have Trinket available to him, but he does have Karma, but he is susceptible to dying in a stun. Lockout on a Mayhem, he gets dipped down to half as well, and Sea-Doo's popping the wings to keep his team alive. But at the same time, he wants to get aggressive. He's running in for the Hodge on the Brian. Surely he'll land it here any moment now. Doesn't look like it just yet. Drake reconnecting onto Sam I Am. Both teams looking to start their goes, if you will. They're waiting for the DRs. They're waiting for the CC to come off of cooldown, and they want to get aggressive. And both teams opting to go in the same strategy. Incap goes out on the Sea-Doo. That does but it doesn't matter. Trill goes down. I was about to say Sea-Doo's now going to be DR on Polymorph. Who needs a Polymorph when you got damage like that? Method Ed A. This is Tiger's Peak.
This is the second time in the series where Method NA has had so much damage, just overwhelming amounts of damage, that even though Sea-Doo has the Divine Shield, he doesn't have anything to do. Like he doesn't have the emergency healing, he doesn't have the sacrifice. Even though he has the crowd control break, it's just too much damage to handle. And Method NA, man, they pack a punch when they have everything lined up.
They were looking like they were going to get a cauterized there, or Divine Shield. Zwin's coming up in 10 seconds for Drake. That's going to be a big hit. They have Combustion. They could absolutely blast Cubsy out of the game if they could swap to him again, but he's very far away. Are they going to dogpile? Are they going to chase Cubsy, try and go for that target that's most vulnerable and compromise their positioning, or just play a safe later game? Brain is charging in. Drake's rolling over. I think they want Cubsy. Are they going to get in range in time? They knocked him out of line of sight of Snuts. Huge setup. Wombo combo. All of the cooldowns in the universe. Take out Cubsy. Method and A tie it up 1-1.
Wow. That was so well done. It was a paralyzed, weapons of order, ring of peace, out of line of sight. I mean, we're going to see it in the replay, but that was very well calculated. And as Cubsy, that has to feel bad. I think he had 10 seconds left on his Divine Shield.
It's going to allow them to continue the match for just a little bit longer here. They need one more setup, a clean setup, and I think Last Wave Bros are going to take it here. Here it comes, double stun lock, big combustion, huge damage. That's it. Last Wave Bros close it out. Handsome Crew definitely improved over time.
Looking for 4th player. Yeah, dude. If you had Warrior Mage, actually, that could really. I mean, Asgarth has had sack this entire time. He absolutely can react to the pod tender if we need to go there. And I mean, you can tell. I mean, they're all in it.
There it is.
Let's go.
There it is.
Shot the seed.
Is it gonna get the seed? It's gonna get the seed. Asgarth has to get the sacrifice.
Are they gonna kill the seed?
Get
Sacks
the
seed.
Sacrifice. There it is. The all-in doesn't work. Blizzo. A 500 IQ. The strategy from Skill Cap to deny Method, and they can't believe what just happened.
I mean, if they lose here, the pod tender's a 10-minute cooldown. So if they manage to live for 2 more minutes, they'll get that opportunity again. Although 2 minutes with an Paladin with no cooldowns and getting shockwaved with 3 members of Skill Cap EU all on top of them might not be the most comfortable. Waz is trying to run away, gets charged up, snared up, and connected to fainting. He's got blind. They could still maybe pull this off. Stun onto Blizzo. No die by the sword. Cheap shot after cheap shot. Zeepai supports Blizzo. Waz now getting chopped up. Chaz has no mana remaining. Waz is on the run. Saved by the light procs. He gets sundered on his sprint. Storm bolted on his sprint. Zeepai is connecting. Ascendance comes up in 20. That Ascendance is going to be game winning for Zeepai here. They just need to stay on target. Door of Shadows chasing down the rogue. Definitely a really pesky, annoying target to chase. Waz Shadow sets back to Thasia, running away. Blizzo leaps on target. Zeepai's Ascendance comes up in 3, comes up in 2, comes up in 1. As soon as they survive this chain, if they survive this chain,
Asgarth!
I think Waz is going to outright die. Ascendance is available. Zeepai just needs to pull the trigger on it. Bloodlust is up as well. Where is it, Zeepai? Where is the Bloodlust? Warband is down. Stormbolt. Ascendance. Bloodlust. Just pop it. Just pop the Ascendance. They don't even need it. BM right at the last second, but that high IQ play, switching over to the pod tender, put Skill Cap EU in the Cup 3 champions position.